Hi, I like to keep up with what's going on in the world, and I usually have a look at different online news resources every day. The problem is, there's so much information you can access on the internet nowadays. I feel sometimes a bit overwhelmed by it all. I mean, it's tricky to decide what's real or true and what might be fake. What about you? How do you usually get information?
I get information from a variety of sources, such as books, the internet, TV, films, talking to people.
Probably through like blog posts, bloggers themselves, or just through sort of news channels on my phone and stuff like that.
From my colleagues, books that I keep from school. Usually you turn them back in and get your money back, but I keep all of mine, and then research online.
I read the newspaper in the morning, and sometimes I turn the radio on in the car.
Do you believe what you read on the internet?
Well, you have to filter. This is one of the things I think about in the modern world. You have to learn to filter information so that you understand where it's coming from. Does it have a trusted source? So my source for information on the internet, for instance, would tend to be an established newspaper website, so The Guardian or the BBC.
Not all of it. No, you have to make sure that you get your sources right. You don't want to just Google something and go with the first answer that you find.
Not everything. I think we have to be very careful and select the information.
Not all the time. I take what I read from the internet with a pinch of salt. It's very important to research what you are reading and to discover many sources to see if you can come to your own conclusion of what the real story is.
Do you think the internet is making us smarter or more stupid?
I think the internet is a mixed blessing. There's a lot of good stuff out online, but there's also a lot of very unhelpful things. So you need to be a discerning user of it, as with every source of information. Think about what you're accessing.
I think it's making us lazy in the sense that we don't feel like we need to learn as many things by heart anymore because it's there and we can receive it quite easily. But I also think like we're more connected than ever, and we've got so much access now to knowledge and to information. So it's all about what you make out of it.
I think it can do both. If you are using the internet to research things or to educate yourself, it can definitely make you smarter. But if you're just using it for like, that whole kind of watching other people's life, not question anything, then it's probably going to make you more stupid.
I would have to say for those who know how to use the internet, it's making them smarter. For those that don't quite know how to use their resources properly, it can definitely make them not as smart.
What kind of knowledge was passed on in your family from one generation to another?
Practical things like how to cook, how to clean the house, those sorts of things, but also a love of books. My mother read all the time, and she passed that on to us as a place where you got entertained and you got knowledge and you found out about the world.
Yeah, I think it was the values of who I am, my place in society, my place within, understanding who I am and how to live life well. So it wasn't so much about making money or anything. Yeah.
Believe in people, believing in one another, and also believing in yourself.
So my grandfather was a historian, and my mother was also a historian, and she was an artist. She is an art historian, and she became interested in history because of her father, and then that means that I was also very interested in history when I was growing up because I had been exposed to it from a very young age, and my mother used to take me to museums and galleries all the time when I was growing up.